to you today with our hearts overflowing with compassion and understanding for all that you've experienced in these difficult lifetimes on the prison planet you call Earth. We come to you with understanding and compassion for the conditions you have endured for lifetimes, eons of time where the dark controllers have been left to overflow their dominion from where it was supposed to be in the balance. For dark can exist in the balance with the light, but when the dark overtakes the light, the consequence is dire and detrimental to all that bear witness. We come to you with understanding for radical, severe change, and see that so many of you are aligned and requesting our interference. And while we do not intend to interfere, as this is a strong word, we do intend to provide care and support at this critical turning point for the events taking place in the earthly realm now. It will no longer be tolerated for the dark entities that have amassed on, around, in your realm, sphere of existence, to continue on this trajectory of death, destruction, and overwhelm. They have been warned, ruled, reminded, put in necessary balance, stasis, request, demand, understanding to return, to step back and return to what was originally agreed upon so many eons ago. Yet the creep, like a dark goo creeping through every crevice and facade, interspersing into every facet of life and existence on that plane and throughout every corner of the planet, was never intended, and it is not allowed. We have demanded that it stop and forces be withdrawn immediately. Yet we do not appear that this has been happening and feel that another attack is soon on its way, for which we and the galactic councils overseeing the planet will no longer allow. They are to withdraw and pull back and erase, eliminate the damage that has been done in the minds and physicalities on planet Earth. We, the Arcturians, are putting down our feet, to use in Earth colloquialism, so any further advance, is halted immediately. We understand your skepticism as you have heard this across the New Age sphere of control on your planet in the name of love and light. That, too, has been a colloquialism that has been co-opted, antagonized, and infiltrated by the Dark Ones, attempting to keep you in stasis, waiting for your saviors. But the time is upon us where these words will take new meaning, because it is no longer allowed to sit back and allow any more pressure, because people have been squoze far too long beyond any means for their survival. We see the damage this is doing, taking humans backwards in their evolutionary processes through fear, repetitive grief, repetitive struggles for which they can never get ahead, but allow compounded mistakes and injury to happen, taking evolution backwards instead of forwards, as was the original intent, for souls to take great leaps of growth on the planet Earth. It was never intended for the dark to do as much damage as they have been allowed, and doing far beyond intention for light and dark living together in harmony. This experiment has failed simply by the nature of the dark entities involved in this game. It has spawned victims, many victims to which was never the intent, the intentional outcome. It was to some degree an experiment balancing light and dark on a planet, intended for harmony, and free will has been gone from this experiment as an unintended outcome. We watched in horror that humans perceivingly allowed things to happen that were actually out of their control. Yet we did not understand the trauma that was inflicted to even allow these events to proceed from their origins. The trauma that was inflicted was an unintended consequence of many generations of ancestral traumas that brought trauma through DNA lineages. As we know, DNA works with light codes to which there have been only lack of light and much darkness for generations, leading to increased exponential trauma and fear states of existence. If a soul is born into trauma, fear, DNA structure in the genetic lineage, the chance of escaping and overpowering the physicality is nil or very small at best. We see the states of chaos that have ensued on the planet due in part, but in part due to repeated trauma through generations. Moving forward, we perceive that the influx of warmth, friendliness, of light, experiences, heart can all remediate the current situation quickly, but trust must be earned. Time must be granted with very few dark entities allowed back to take their places and participate in the next phase of Earth healing. Yes, healing on planet Earth is underway with support of so many galactic races who are working with frequency, light energetics to uplift inhabitants of Earth naturally and to erase the trauma and scars of war and times of unrest, of civil disobedience, of civility into societal healing, nurturing. We see and participate in bringing forth a better future for this failing intent to balance and co-harmonize light and dark on a planet, as we are observers, such as scientists who observe the outcomes of their experiments. We will no longer be promoting any such situations, planetary situations such as this again, and know that the outcome for all of you listening to this will be most positive, and you will be pleased with the outcome on your planet very soon. We thank you for listening. We love you all as our own, and there will be more transmissions coming shortly. Be strong, be sweet, be guarded intelligently, and don't let any of it cage your heart, as this is the biggest key to your healing. We are here to help. We say the word finally, as I know many of you have been waiting for these moments. Yet we are reaching the climax, and this experiment will transform sooner than you may imagine before your very eyes. We love towards you. We are the Arcturians, and with this, we complete this transmission. Alaka, alaka, alaka. In light, we greet you. In light, we see you. In light, we reveal our true forms. We are you. We love with you. Alaho, hum lakin, ala manush, alakaha, aliki hulamaha, alaka, ito laka, he sholoho, alakiki hula, ana olakakiki, amaja nashtokaha, elaho, alamanahi, o lahishushula, alaka, alaka, alaka. In light and healing, we are the Arcturians. We end this transmission.